Hello, everyone. Oh, I'm looking a tad bit disheveled. My goodness. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, how is everybody? Sorry, I feel like I'm a couple minutes late. Not too bad today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going to go through some information, some channeled messages, some just kind of general discussion surrounding this new moon in Virgo. And then immediately thereafter, so at about 4:35 my time, so in about 30 minutes from now, we're going to go straight into our live broadcast of the meditation. So you're going to have some opportunity to kind of partake in the meditation. Thank you, Elizabeth. Hello, Gilia. If I mispronounced your name, I so apologize. Hey, Natasha. Gemini, not right now. So we're going to have some opportunity to do that meditation as well. Hopefully it's done exporting. Yes, excellent. Okay, great. So yeah, I had to make sure that was done because Lord knows we don't need that to be a problem. So we're going to be partaking in that as well. Okay. You don't necessarily have to have the grid up, for that, but we will just say no. We will just, I want to get it out there. I want you guys to be able to partake in the meditation with or without the grid so that it's there and you can repeat it and so on and so forth. So just give us a second. Yes, Gemini decided, as usual, to be a part of the show. Come on, babe. Nope. Nope. All right. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about this new moon. First of all, this new moon in Virgo, it starts September the 6th. Well, it's on September the 6th and the 7th. The 6th, primarily, if you're here in the States, it's going to be at its zenith at about 9 o'clock or 8:51 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:51 p.m. Central, 6:51 p.m. Mountain, and 5:51 p.m. on the West Coast. That's going to be at its zenith at that point. Hello to everybody coming in. Thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it. Now, this new, we've seen a lot. Like, if you guys have had the opportunity to view my September video that I did, I'll try to be sure I put it in the end screen for this particular video. If you've had a chance to look at that yet, you'll know that September has a ton, and when I say a ton, I mean a literal ton of astrological or an astronomical activity going on throughout all of September. And it is truly, I've heard some folks refer to it as a September to remember. And I do believe that it definitely is. This new moon, though, at this point in time, for me, as far as what I'm seeing and what I'm feeling, is kind of a reprieve. It's kind of a time where we can actually kind of breathe a little bit here. And we can take this moment early on in September to garner, harvest, integrate, accelerate, enhance our intuitive and our psychic abilities. Because we're going to need that in order to really sort out what's being shown to us. Please don't knock my camera over. Gemini. I swear to you, like, if I had kicked her out, she would have been meowing at that door, going absolutely nuts. But I let her stay in here. And what does she do? She starts monkeying around all over various apparatus and, darn near knocking over my camera. She is just so precocious. Okay. Oop, I'm going to actually show you this chart in just a moment. But there's a lot that's going to be shown to us. There's a lot that we're going to know. There's a lot that we're going to hear and we're going to see, and we're going to have to determine our truth. We're going to have to determine our truth. We're going to have to be able to decipher and disseminate between what is still part of the crumbling matrix all around us and what is meant for our ascension information going forward. Because if we're not really careful and don't begin to honestly listen to what spirit is saying and to what our higher consciousness is saying, and really, can I dare say, if we don't honestly give it a try and give it a whirl, that we are actually have the capability to know beyond a shadow of a doubt what is of our highest good, and then begin to take the opportunity in order to put that into action, we're going to have a problem. We're going to have a problem. There's a lot going on. So this new moon here, and we've got some information here. This new moon, everywhere that I have been investigating and reading and looking, has really shown me that this is the moment where the light gets turned on. So this is the moment in time where we get a chance to have a fresh start. This is the moment where it's the end of this cycle we've been in. It's the 9-month, it's the 9th cycle. It's this kind of personal fulfillment cycle. And we're getting an opportunity to really not just utilize the hermit mode for hermit purposes, but this is a major growth opportunity for us and a major ascension moment for us. Okay. This is a fresh start for us. We're turning over a new leaf. This is a great time to start a new project. This is a great time to start the new project of stepping into your purpose. This is the great time for being able to really kind of renew your vows. I kind of look at it almost, that just came to me, like a vow renewal. Like you're now like engaged to yourself once again, and you are saying, I am going to do what I'm meant to do. I'm going to go on and fulfill and finish my mission. I'm going to take that giant step forward, and I'm going to stop allowing what I see in front of me to make me think that I can't do it. And I'm really going to stop allowing what the rest of the world says and thinks to stopping me from doing this. And I'm going to have not allow myself to stop myself in it as well. The interesting thing is there's a lot of really, really important and really good aspects. And I needed to print this off. So let me go here, and I'm going to go to these aspects with these fixed stars, because it is there's a number of I hope you guys can see this. We'll move it around. I hope you guys can see this. Can you guys see that chart? Because if you can't, I'll bring it up on the screen as well. I don't know how well you can or can't see this chart. Let me go back. So I'm just going to open it. Okay, cancel. All right. I won't draw on it this time. Can you guys see this okay? Let me look. I think I need to bring it up. Bear with me, guys. I'm just going to bring it up because otherwise I'm going to be going absolutely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs feeling like I should have it up on the screen because it's not really showing the way I want it to. Hang on, hold on. Here we go. We're going to bring it up really quick. There are a number of aspects that basically say, hey, you know what? I'm here. And you, as your higher self, are truly here and ready to be your true authentic divine self. So we're going to zoom in a little bit, hopefully. All right, here we go. I'm going to go back and do a couple things. Hang on, guys. It's always this, isn't it? It's always this. It's always a problem. Hey, Red Violet, how are you? And we're going to, is it a Chrome tab or a window? I think it's a window. Here we go. Here we go, this one. All right. All right, I know you guys can see this. All right, I'm not going to draw on it this time. I'm just going to point out some things, and hopefully you guys can see my pointer. Okay, I hope you can see my arrow. Here is the moon and the sun right here in Virgo, about midway through Virgo. We're halfway through Virgo season. We all know when they are conjunct. That this is a clarity of understanding or gaining an understanding of who we are at our core, right? This is an ego moment, which I know is kind of the antithesis of everything we always talk about, but it's an ego moment. This is a time for you, especially in this season right now, where the spiritual ego really can come forward and say, you know what, I'm going to take this step in my authenticity and who I am, right? It is trining darn near direct Uranus in retrograde in Taurus. Those of you that have had the opportunity to take some of my courses, in the Practical Lightworker, you'll know that we rely heavily and we talk heavily about the mythology of the planets and of the signs, because that truly helps us understand the energy. So I'm going to give you guys a brief insight into this. Uranus in Taurus, what this is, especially from the moon's perspective. So if you were born on September the 6th in Madison, Wisconsin, close to where I am, at 7:51 p.m., this would be your birth chart. So this is the perspective of someone, an entity, the energy that we are getting at that moment in time. That means it's in the second house. So the home house for Taurus, the I have house, what we own, what we possess. Uranus is right there. And it is saying, I'm going to help you a little bit here, and I'm going to not push forward so much as I normally do and charge forward, but I'm going to open up your intellect, your intuitive sight, your collective consciousness somewhat, and allow you to possess it internally, right? Virgo is this house of health and wellness and change and adjustment, but not rapid change, just very solid, steady, steady wins the race, assessing all of the different options, right? So you're having an opportunity to possess or assess all the various options that you have in order for you to gain greater insight and to actually possess this revolutionary, evolutionary, intuitive psychic capabilities. Okay. That's very significant if you want to think about it, because Uranus really was the god, the Titan god that came down and gave mankind things like fire to help propel mankind forward, taught mankind about building, taught mankind and helped mankind with various types of technology that then pushed mankind forward, or humanity forward, in its evolutionary process. And then Kronos decided to come in and take over and no, it wasn't Zeus. So Kronos decided to take over and kill Uranus. So in other words, the constraint of time and the constraint of governmental oversight came in, or structure that said, I don't want you to be creative, bam, but I want you to be creative in a measured type of way. We're not allowing for grand leaps and jumps in what you learn and how you learn to utilize these other tools. Came in and constructively said, nope, we're not going to do these big, giant, enormous evolutionary jumps. We now have an opportunity to further make adjustments in how we utilize spiritual tools in the collective, right? Along with and being able to possess that intuitive nature in and of ourselves. If you're already subscribed to my website and you get my email updates, I sent out an update a few hours ago, and it was a newsletter. And if you go in and you do that now, anybody that's new, we'll send it out again, or we'll just resend it to everybody. So go to heartofinspiration.net and sign up for the email updates. And you're also going to get this crystal grid that we're going to briefly go over here in a moment. But you'll see that I was talking about the fact that the Hermit card, right, represents Virgo, and the Hermit not just represents just solitude and being off by yourself and just figuring things out, but it also represents that you have taken all of this time to study and learn, and you're at the top of this mountain of learning. You're at the top of this mastery level, right, where you can now go on and teach. Right, it represents kind of a sage, a hierophant, a master. That's what it really represents, and that you're grounded with your stick, right? You're grounded with your walking stick, and you trudge and you've worked hard, and you're shining this light, and now you're at this top of this mountain. And some say that what the older gentleman is looking out over is the gentleman is looking out over the Sea of Solomon, which would be the sea or vastness of wisdom. Okay, and knowledge and abundance and peace and prosperity. Like Solomon had it all. And he was very Gnostic. He was very esoteric. He was very much into the Kabbalah or the mysticism, right? He understood energy. He understood alchemy, right? So this is the energy that we're bringing forward at this time. And so instead of like always wanting to retreat, this nice, sweet trine here that we have, this tad bit of a reprieve that's saying, you know what? You're going to get imparted this information, this ability. You're going to be able to heighten your psychic capabilities. And I'll show you also your prophetic capabilities should you decide to, and go on and flow with it rather than always looking at so much of the negative. And there's enough negative for us to really look at. I mean, there's enough. Trust me. Believe me, there's enough. We still have Pluto in retrograde up here in Capricorn. We still have Saturn in retrograde in Aquarius. We still have Jupiter in retrograde in Aquarius, and we still have Pluto in Neptune in retrograde in Pisces. We have a lot of backward moment where it feels like the minute we take one step forward, we take all these steps back. But what I'm really getting from all of this is not that we're necessarily taking steps back, but my God, what we're doing is we're having an opportunity to download this information and to upgrade our DNA and to upgrade our consciousness and to upgrade our coding, our codex, so that we can properly I just heard the Leo King. I was listening to some things, and the Leo King was just saying, he said something about being reinserted into the matrix. Well, we're literally in this transitional point in our lives where we've got to reinsert. We're going to end up disconnecting from the current matrix, because that's kind of what's happening. Right. And you're going to have to make some very clear cut decisions on, do you want to still remain part of this matrix and dealing with all of this fear and icky, or do you want to elevate and make the choice to elevate and come out and look at things from a higher consciousness perspective? And because you're looking at things from a higher consciousness perspective, you're no longer dependent upon the matrix, because you are able to create. right? You're able to manifest. We've talked about like this whole success, abundance, da 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 da. Like, how do we do this? And we're going to continue to talk about that, not because I want you all to be like so crazy money hungry, but because you need to know how to create in order to basically survive the transition and ride the wave in neutrality. You got to get good with your divine feminine and divine masculine. You got to get good with both of these energies reside within you. There's a reason why I taught on the 7 Hermetic principles, because you got to get real good with alchemy. And this is giving you the intuitive ability right now. This is a portal, a gateway, huge, huge, huge upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Let me show you a little bit more about why this is so crazy upgrade. I don't do a lot of fixed star stuff. And this time though, I'm like, I need to pay attention more so to the fixed stars. Okay. We got 10 minutes, guys. Then we got to move on. So there's a couple of, so this new moon is taking place in the sign of Virgo, but it's actually happening in the constellation of Leo because of the precessions of the equinox. Again, this is kind of stuff that we go over in the Practical Lightworker, if you're not already familiar with the precession of the equinoxes, but follow me here. That means even though it's happening in Virgo, there's this creative male energy that's also like, it's like the perfect mix of male and female energy put together to allow for this fabulously new, how can I put this? Never seen before on this earth entity. And that's you. Right? We're seeing, that's us. We are becoming, we have been becoming, we are, higher dimensional beings that's still having a third dimensional experience. So there's we have this beautiful, fun-loving, creative Leo energy that's very loyal. So for those of you that are like, I'm not sure if I can trust my higher self, know that your higher self, being an aspect of Source, Source isn't going to let you down. It's the Source, Mother, Father, God is the most loyal entity, prime Source, prime creator, the most loyal entity ever. Never gonna let you down. Never. So it's so critically important for you to comprehend that at this new moon, because we've got this fabulous creativity, very loyal, very passionate, very protective energy that is also at the same time in Western astrology meeting up with this divine feminine, Virgo, Mother Mary, Virgin. And who did the Mother Mary birth? Right? The Christ consciousness. Hello, everyone that's coming into the chat. Who did Mother Mary birth? The Christ consciousness. This is pure love, pure light, holy God, holy man, completely God, completely man. This is the reality that we are trying to bring to you at this time. And this is the beautiful energy. There's a couple of fixed stars, though, that I want to pay attention to. The closest fixed star to the new moon is Theta Leonis, also named Shurtan. So that would be here, but called Coxa or Koha by the astrologers. There's also an asteroid, Egeria, next to it as well. The fixed star Koha gives the ability to prophesy. On the Euphrates, Koha and Zosma were Kakab Kua, the constellation of the god Kua, or the oracle. So this new moon is right here by the birth of the oracle in you. Fixed star Porima gives prophetic instincts. The Latins call this Porima or Antevorta, sometimes Postvorta, the names of two ancient goddesses of prophecy, sisters and assistants to Carmenta or Carmentis, worshipped and in times invoked by their women. because Purima is right by Mercury over here in Libra. So this is this prophetic female creatrix energy that is being communicated to you and allowing you to speak these things into existence. The asteroid Egeria is named after the goddess Egeria, divine consort and counselor of the second king of Rome. Egeria was the giver of laws and rituals, and her name is an eponym for a female advisor or counselor. She gave wisdom and prophecy in return for libations of water or milk at her sacred groves. You give me a little tequila, I'm gonna give you a whole lot. Now, do you see how the divine feminine fixed star energy is come in to assist us, and how this is the gift that you're being given? Hello, the gift you're being given. So if you've never felt that you've had a strong gift of prophecy, now's your time to figure that out. I'm not talking about this. Hi, Carolyn. We're not talking about it by sign, Carolyn. I'm talking, this is a collective. I may go live either later today or early tomorrow morning and deal with by sign. I may not. This is really a time for you as a Virgo, right? You as a Virgo to open up yourself to all of these possibilities. And I want you as a Virgo, you as an individual, all of us, no matter our sun sign, as individuals, to go in deep and to see what we see. Okay? I'm trying to encourage you. Trying to encourage you at this time to really begin to go within and hear for yourself. There's times for us as mentors to teach, but there's also times for us to sit back and allow you to learn as well, because this is giving you an opportunity to hear. Okay, we have a few moments and then we're actually going to go on and get into, everybody that's here on YouTube is going to automatically be directed to the meditation. So I will put in either, so hang on, let me see, where am I at? Let me look at something. Ceresia, can you, actually, I'll go grab it right now. I'm also going to grab the link here, guys. I'm going to put it in the StreamYard, okay? So that both of you all can. So I'm just going to ask anybody that's watching this on Facebook, let's not do that, okay? Let's not do the DMing and all of that, like asking for DMs. You can DM me later, Carolyn, if you wish, on Facebook, wherever you're watching it, okay? All right, but we're not, I want people to begin to figure this out. All right, those of you, when you go to Heart of Inspiration, right, .net, there's some things you're gonna be able, if you already subscribed to my email list, you already got this today. This is a crystal grid that's going to allow you to it's going to increase your psychic abilities, psychic development. I'm going to briefly go over this, and then we'll kind of go over it a little bit in the meditation. I'll go over a little bit more in the meditation. So we're about to head over there in 2 minutes. So we'll start here and then we'll finish this conversation up in the meditation. Okay. Now, the central stone, you can either use an amethyst, or I actually have a labradorite sphere. Okay, a labradorite sphere. So I'm going to be using that as my central stone. My inner support stones, I have a series of crystal quartz, clear quartz points. And we're going to make sure that I have 7. We're going to make sure that these 7 points all kind of go within towards the center of this spiral. Now, you don't have to have this right now, but come back here and look at this in a little bit, or also, like I said, definitely download the grid. So we're going to make sure that this all kind of points into the middle, right? And then on the outside, the outer support stones can be moonstone, sodalite, or lapis lazuli. And I have lapis lazuli. It's going to be at each corner of this septagram. We're going to head on over, guys, in just a second. The septagram, we chose the septagram because it brings spiritual knowledge. The circle on the outside is for focus and protection. So we're also going to protect our psychic knowledge. And the spiral is for spiritual development and inner guidance. So basically what we're doing is we're taking this beautiful energy from the lapis lazuli, right? As we set our intentions that my psychic and intuitive abilities increase during this entire month, and that I can trust and know my higher self is guiding me and I can follow the guidance. Okay. While this septagram is generating that spiritual knowledge and bringing it in, the spiral hones it in. So it's definitely meant for us. And it comes in through our crown chakra and increases our third eye capabilities so that we're seeing clearly and we can interpret clearly. Okay, that's what this is for. So when you go and you download this at heartofinspiration.net, you're going to get page 1 is going to give you the list of stones. Page 2 is going to give you the understanding of why we chose these particular sacred geometric shapes. And then page 3 is completely blank so that you can then go ahead and create it based upon this. All right. Okay, guys, we're going to have this up. Okay, we're going to have this up here for everyone to view. All right. As soon as it finishes ripping, those of you that are on YouTube are going to come straight over. Those of you that are on Facebook, follow that link and you will be directed then over to the YouTube meditation where we're about to go on and do our meditation for the new moon. So feel free to come on and join us because you could do this meditation over and over and over again. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys. Namaste. Bye-bye.